So now this is a question regarding the comment. The question was comment on Aristotle's view on mythos and ethos in the Poetics. So in Aristotle Poetics, he had discussed the elements of drama and their significance. Drama and their significance. What is drama and what is its significance? On who has discussed is Aristotle in his Poetics. Poetics is a written piece of writing that he had written. Two crucial concepts that he has emphasized, that he has focused on, are mythos and ethos. Mythos refer to a plot or storyline of a literary work, and ethos is the characterization of moral values. Fine. Mythos, mythos, and ethos, ethos, mythos and ethos. So mythos refer to plot or storyline of a literary work, and ethos refer to the characterization of moral values. Ethos, ethics. Fine. So this is referring to the moral values and portrayal of characters. These are the two things that you have to keep in mind. So Aristotle considered mythos the most important element of tragedy. What he has considered the most important element of tragedy? Mythos, because he believed that a well structured plot is crucial for arousing emotions and engaging the audience. So because he has considered mythos the most important elements of tragedy, he believed that a well structured plot, it is important to arouse emotions and engaging the audience. And so according to him, a good plot should have a clear beginning, it should have a beginning, it should have a middle, and it should have an end. And it should have coherent sequence and logical events. I mean, the event should be arranged in coherent manner and in a logical manner. He has also focused on the importance of unity, where each element in the plot will contribute to the overall element. So he has further argued that tragedy should evoke feeling of pity and fear in the audience. Obviously, because it's a tragedy, so it should be evoking the feeling of pity and fear in audience, ultimately leading to catharsis or purging of emotions. Regarding ethos, Aristotle believed that characters in a literary work, they should possess qualities that are in align with the overall morals of society. The characters, right? The characters in a tragedy who are being portrayed, they should be having morals that align with the morals of society. So it should not be happening that the characters that are upholding values, they may go in contrast with the morals that the society upholds, right? He has focused on the significance of portraying characters. They should be who should be relatable, morally sound, and consistent in their behavior. So they should be morally sound, relatable, and 3 points you have to keep in mind. These characters should be relatable first. They should be morally sound and consistent in their behavior. They should not. It shouldn't be happening that in the starting of the tragedy or the story, the character is showing some other characterization of his personality, and at the end it is totally opposite. So it should be consistent. Fine. He argued that action and decision made by the character should be a reflection of their ethical belief. So they should be reflecting their ethical belief, so it will be contributing to the overall moral impact of the work. While Aristotle recognized the importance of mythos and ethos, he considered mythos to be of higher significance. He believed that a strong plot could compensate for any shortcoming in character and moral in the development. But he acknowledged that a well-developed character enhances the overall impact of literary work. Fine. So Aristotle recognized the importance of mythos and ethos, and he considered mythos to be of higher mythos, not ethos. Mythos to be of higher significance than ethos. Why is that? Because he believed that a stronger plot will compensate for any shortcoming, any flaw that a character may have. Fine. Because although he has acknowledged that a well developed character, even if characters are not well developed, that is also fine, but a well developed character will enhance the overall impact of a literary work. In conclusion, Aristotle's view on mythos and ethos in poetics, it highlights the importance of a well structured plot and morally grounded characters. According to him, a compelling storyline with a clear beginning, middle, and end, along with emotionally engaging event, is crucial in creating a successful work in literature. Additionally, characters that exhibit consistent ethical behavior and action that contribute to moral impact of a piece. So, Aristotle's insights on mythos and ethos continue to be influential in literary analysis, providing foundation for understanding and appreciating the complexities of storytelling. We'll do one more question, that is, how does Romanticism differ from criticism of literary theory? The question is, how does, let me write it with that pen, how does Romanticism differ from classicism of literary criticism? So this is the question. Okay, this is the question that we are doing. So see, we have to differentiate between Romanticism and the classification of literary criticism. Now see, Romanticism and literary criticism are distinct concepts. These are two different concepts that exists within the realm of literature. This is literature. Within literature, these are the two criticisms that exist. One is Romanticism and the other is classicism of literary criticism. Fine. But they serve different purposes. Obviously, they serve different purposes and have different focuses. So their purpose is different, and their what is focus also is different. So focus is different and the purpose also is different. Romanticism is a literary and artistic movement that emerged in the late 18th century and throughout the 19th century. So Romanticism, first let us look at the date. It is a literary artistic movement that emerged in the 18th century and flourished throughout the 19th century. This is the first point that you can keep in mind. It's about the date. Okay. It emphasized the expression of individual emotion. First point, imagination, and a deep appreciation of nature. 3 points you have to keep in mind while you are learning about Romanticism. That is, it emphasized 3 important crucial points: individual emotions, imagination, appreciation of nature. Nature we all know, right? It focused a lot on nature. So Romantic writers sought to break away from the rationalism and restraint of Enlightenment period. So Enlightenment period basically focused more on science, enlightenment, all these concepts. So it sought to break away from these Enlightenment elements that had flourished a lot in those times, and embracing passion, intuition, subjective experiences in their work. Let us go through this line once more. So Romanticism writers sought to break away from rationalism and restraint of emotion and Enlightenment period, embracing passion, intuition, and subjective experience in their work. Romanticism celebrated the sublime. It celebrated what? It celebrated the sublime, the mysterious, and the supernatural, often evoking a sense of awe and wonderment in the reader. So it sought to embrace what? Sublime, the mysterious, supernatural, and evoking a sense of awe and wonderment in the reader. On the other hand, if you look at literary criticism, it is the analysis, it is interpretation, it is evaluation of literary work. Literary work, analysis, interpretation, and evaluation. Basically, how you analyze, how you interpret. No, this could mean this could mean that, and how you evaluate. It involves examining the structure, themes, characters, symbolism, various other elements present in the piece of literature. So literary criticism aims to understand the intention of author, uncover hidden meanings, and provide insights into the artistic and intellectual aspects of work. It can take various approaches like formalism, structuralism, post-colonialism, feminist criticism, and many others, each focusing on different aspects and perspective in the interpretation of literature. While Romanticism is a literary movement characterized by specific themes, styles, and ideals, literary criticism is scholarly discipline that encompasses a range of theories and methodologies used to analyze and understand literature. Right? Romanticism is a creative movement that produces literary work, while literary criticism is an analytical field that examines and evaluates those works. However, it is important to note that Romanticism as a literary movement it has also been subject to criticism. Romanticism also was subject to criticism and analysis within the realm of literary criticism. So literary criticism also analyzed what? Romanticism. So romanticism was also analyzed by literary criticism. Scholars and critics have explored the historical and cultural ideological concepts of romanticism as well as its influence and impact on subsequent literary movement. In summary, if you need to summarize, you can summarize it by saying romanticism refers to a specific artistic and literary movement characterized by emphasis and emotion, imagination, connection with the nature. Literary criticism, on the other hand, is a broader discipline that analyzes, interprets, evaluates literary works using various theoretical framework and methodologies. Romanticism is a creative movement, and literary criticism is an academic field that engages with and evaluates work produced